everyone, it's Narelle here, and today I wanted to show you how to complete base pages. Now, a while ago, seemed like forever ago, I did a video on what base pages are and how to create them, and I've had quite a few requests on how to complete base pages, so how to use the base pages I created to make a completed scrap page. So I just wanted to run through a few of the pages that I had done. In case you haven't seen that base pages video, I will list it down below. But I wanted to share with you the base pages that I created. These are all using Stampin' Up papers because back then I was a Stampin' Up demonstrator. So I'm going to hopefully get them in screen as much as I can. And base pages basically are just laying down pieces of patterned paper to come back at a later stage to add photos to and embellishments and everything else. So I was going through all my pattern papers, finishing off some packs that I had just a few random pieces of paper in, and made up some base pages. So these are the ones, just going to flick them really quickly and show you basically what they are. Some are double page spreads like this one, for example. Some are single page spreads. Some are double that can be used as a single, so you can, like these ones for example, I could use this as a single page and then come back at a later stage and use this for another layout. This is my favourite design. Everyone has a go-to design that they like to use repeatedly. This is my favourite. I just love the block on the block on the block, and I think it's really simple and easy. And to me, that's just really beautiful. You put a photo, heading, embellishments, simply done. So you'll see me use that a lot, that design. I really, really like it. So these are just the ones that I created. They're really simple. Some of these pieces I didn't even measure. They were actually just scraps in the pack of paper that was left, and I just plopped them on and ended up with a page. So really simple. Like, how simple is this? You can't get any simpler. 2 pieces of paper, both cut in half, glued on, you've got a page. This one you can reverse as well, so if when I come to create the actual layout, I might not want them both looking like that, and I can reverse it to look like this so that the papers are opposite to each other. Lots of things you can do with base pages, and I have some picked out that I'm going to finish. Actually use for a page. So there's my favourite design again. So some people may look at these and go, oh, that's an awful lot of patterned paper, but you've got to remember that by the time you put photos on, embellishments and a title, you're not going to see all that amount of paper. So you might look at one and go, oh, that's really busy. You're not going to see all that anyway, so don't worry about it. That's my favourite bit of paper ever. So this is all Stampin' Up patterned paper that I used, and I will going forward, because I'm not a demonstrator anymore, I will going forward use these occasionally to do pages and layouts on my videos, but I'll also create base pages using other brands. So if you can't see beyond these type of pattern papers, then, which are no different to any other brand, pattern papers by the way, then yeah, you'll get some more ideas if you sort of relate to other brands differently. So these are the base pages that I had created. Alright, now I'm going to show you the 2 that I picked out to actually make pages with. So let me just get rid of this folder. Okay, now I had done these 2. So this one with the tiger and this one with the cheetah. I happened to go with the family to Canberra Zoo. Oh gee, it was 2007 I think, because my daughter was really little. And I remembered that I hadn't scrapped these photos yet, and when I was going through the base pages going, what am I going to use to show you how to use a base page, I saw these and went, yes, I remember the tiger photos I haven't scrapped yet. I don't think I've scrapped any of that holiday, actually. That was 2007. Sorry if my camera's a little crooked. I probably need to straighten that, but I'm not going to bother now. So we'll just run with it, you know. Focus on the pages and tilt your head slightly if you need to. Alright, so this is the base page. It is just what we call an L layout. So you've got two pieces of paper making an L shape, simple as. Then I've got some embellishments from this designer series paper. It had one sheet that had these large animal prints all over it. So I just cut out a few. I had no idea at this stage when I was making this what the photos were, what embellishments I had. So I just cut out one of each, which I will then fussy cut. So they're my main embellishments for this one. Obviously I'm going to add more than just this, but this is the starting point. And then I have these photos of the tiger. I'm not sure I'll use this one because it's a bit blurry even though it's up close. These two are much better. So what I'm thinking of doing is just do a simple block like that of my photos. Then I have these embellishments to use, obviously, and to ground those photos on the layout, I have two different papers here that I can use. I can either use this cardstock, okay, which is Cajun Craze, slide that under there, or I can use this one, which I think is Bumblebee, and I could even do a double map. Alright, so instantly there, you can see that the cardstock will be about this size. You're not going to see all that pattern paper. So you're only going to get a little bit of it. So it's not going to be in your face busy. Alright, so that's the plan with this page. And I'll run through some other embellishments that I have as well. So that's the start of that one. And this one I have with the leopard, again, just the two pieces of patterned paper, and I've used a strip down the middle, and these were from the patterned paper as well. I just cut out one of each. They are going to be embellishments on the page. And then I have quite a few photos of this leopard, but some are better than others. So I've got double prints of that. I don't know why I printed double. They might have been slightly different, but pretty much the same. And then those two are pretty much the same. So I think what I'm going to do, even though I have these smaller photos, I might save these for another layout encompassing a lot of the animals, the larger animals at the zoo. So I would then cut these down to make them possibly a 3x3 or something, and then use them on another layout. I don't want to use those on this one, but I'm not going to throw them out. I am going to keep them for a later layout. So I'm going to use these two, and I'm going to keep it pretty simple, and I'm going to do the block as well, like I'm going to do in the last one. So it's just the two photos and then embellishments and a heading. So really quite simple. Alright, so again I've got the photos, the basic embellishments, and I've got the yellow Bumblebee cardstock again that I can use. So let me just put these over here out of the way. Alright, and then that wasn't enough. So I thought I can't just have, for example, 3 tigers as embellishments. So then I had a look at the paper. Let me bring this one back over. Actually, I'll bring both the base pages over. Alright, so these aren't enough in themselves for a layout. Not enough embellishments. So if I bring the 2 base pages over, I had a look at the pattern papers, and predominantly, besides the animals, it's leaves, foliage as the other predominant feature on the pattern papers. So I had a look through all my dies and thought, well, what do I have? So I have this one, which I don't even know if I have. I don't even know what it's called. This is an older die, but these bulrushes, I thought I could use these as a border down the bottom of the photos. Let me just grab 2 of the photos so I can explain what I want to do. So these are just the ideas that I've got in my head. May not be what I end up doing. There's something like the bulrushes down the bottom, because like big cats, they hide when they're stalking things. So I thought, well, that would be a good representation of their nature and them in nature. So I've got those dies to use. And then I wanted some other sort of foliage. So I dug out the meadow dies. And I was thinking of this one. to use. Just tuck it in several places. So I've got the dies there, and then I have this tag as well, that if you're looking for something to tuck under somewhere, or an embellishment cluster base, tags like that are always handy. So I've got that I can use as well. And then I thought headings. Now I don't have any alphabet dies. I couldn't be bothered. Don't rephrase that. I don't think I can be bothered cutting out. I'm sorry, hang on, I have to unplug something here. It's getting hot. Cutting out the headings a letter at a time. I just went, not really sure about that. So I had a look through my folder of all my digital things, and I came across this alphabet, and I went, well, that is really cool. I can print that out and then use my brother's scan and cut to make a heading out of this Animal Talk digital alphabet. And it's sort of the right colours for both of them. It's got the yellow and the brown. Now I'm not sure with this one, the patterns are going to look a little odd, perhaps because they're giraffes and zebra patterns. So when I come to do it, use this, it may not work, but it is an option for heading. And then another digital set I have, now these are both from Knitwit Collections. This one I have is the Hullabazoo collection. It's a digital collection, and it's got this cute little sign in here, elephants, tigers and giraffes, which I thought I could use. Now the animals in this are probably a little bit too cutesy for what I want to do on this layout, but there's different elements I can use. Like there's a gate here for a zoo, and these are both in a zoo. There's little buttons I can print and cut out. There's greenery. There's a little zoo, a gate here with the word zoo on it. And just because it's got the word zoo in the wrong colours doesn't mean I have to keep it there. I can put something else over the top of it, like some greenery, to cover that up. So I've got those digital elements as well. And then I went through my stash of containers that I have of different coloured embellishments. So I have a container for red, a container for yellow, container for orange and purple and black and green. Each colour's got its own container of all these sort of things. So when I finish a card or finish a layout and I have leftovers, I put it in the appropriate container for that colour. So I came up with all these embellishments, and they're just the colours in the layout. So it's the deep red, the yellow and greens. And like here, I've had half a die cut tag left over and another tag. So they're the reds. I've got some yellows. Doesn't mean I'm going to use all this, but it's the right sort of colours. So I just went through that container and found all this. Now these tags are really old Kaisercraft tags, and even though it's got the blue on it, I can cut that off and I can use this, pull one off, use it this way on the layout, or tuck it underneath, cut a section of it off, and it's a good base for embellishments or tucking under photos. And then I've got the red, or that lives over there. And you might think, why on earth did I pick out a lemon? It's because of the colour. It's not what it is. So if I was to cut this in half and tuck it under a photo or a heading or something, you're just going to see the yellow with the gold trim. You're not going to know that that was a lemon. So, you know, it's all, what's that saying? Smoke and mirrors. So I just found some red bases or die cut pieces that are left over from things. Another one with a heart. So I've got all this that I came across that I may not use it, but I came across it. Now you may think, what am I doing with Christmas trees? But I can cover some of that so it doesn't look like it's a Christmas tree. And we only all know that's a Christmas tree because we know the paper, the range that it came from, is a Christmas themed paper. But it snows, you know, not just at Christmas time. So it doesn't have to be a Christmas tree. Again, that's just a red tree I can use. This one, again, it's just the border colour I was after, not those tropical flowers. And again, with something like this, I can cut this down and just use that red strip. So even though I don't have any embellishments here that are themed to my page, as in big cats and jungle and stuff like that, I'm looking for the colours that I can use. And again, cut this off. That is a perfect colour for the, what is he? Leopard page? That's a leopard, isn't it? I don't know. I get my big cats confused. I know the tigers are stripy. The leopards are the spotty. The jaguars are black or something. I don't know. I think they're leopards. Yeah, so I can use this and I can be a base for journaling, or it can just be a cluster base for my embellishments. And then I have some more things here, yellow. Now I didn't have much of the green. I don't use a lot of green, obviously. I have this tag, and then these are the tab toppers. I think were for the came out for the catalogs or something. So they're the right green. I could use that. And then this was a piece that I used as a sample for an artisan card. I can use this. I can tuck it under so that you just get like the edges and the yellow folded bit. Don't worry about this because you're not going to see it. I'm going to tuck it under somewhere. Or I've got this yellow print on the other side. So they're the embellishments that I found in my boxes. And then in my sticker book of a lot of the stickers I've had over the years from collections, I have them stored by colour as well. And sadly that's all I found in my sticker book. But I just put them on wax paper so they will easily come off when I want to use them. Now they're the embellishments. I haven't looked through the brads as yet. I haven't gone through my patterned papers, but I'm sure I can find more of paper like this that is just relatively neutral and not a conflicting design of paper that will blend in with the layouts. So I haven't gone through that yet. They're the basics that I've looked at so far. So what I'm going to do is basically design the layout, put everything where I want it to be put, and then I'll come back with the pages and we will do some gluing maybe, or I'll skip that bit and just come back with the finished pages. So we'll see how we go, and I'll catch you soon. Hi everyone, Narelle again. I'm back. I'm going to finish this page. I'm not going to do the tiger page today because I'm just not feeling it. I've had so much trouble trying to get this page done. I'm just not, you know, sometimes you get in that mood where you just don't feel like scrapping. You want to, but when you start, it's like, oh, it's all too hard today. Give it a rest. So I'm going to finish this page and then I'll come back with the tiger one at a later stage. Alright, so I'm just going to step through gluing everything down. And with my adhesives, I put them on the edge to start with. And yes, I cut my tape with scissors sometimes. The reason I put them on the edge is so that I can tuck things under. And sometimes I'll switch between using double-sided tape and adhesive, like liquid adhesive. Just depends what I'm in the mood for. And now I don't have a bin. Oh dear. Oh no. Just dropped rubbish on the floor. Never mind. Right, so I'm just going to bring this down a little bit. I want to put my heading at the top. And I want it sort of centered on this page. I was originally going to do it over to the left. I might, oh no, it's stuck there now. That's where it's staying. Hopefully that's straight. I was going to do it more over this way, but then I had too much white space and it was just like, a bit awkward. So we are now going to have it in the middle because that's where the glue stuck. And I'm really notorious at getting things crooked, so you know it may end up crooked in the end. These gooby doobies on my pokey tool. Alright, so if the family interrupts, I'm sorry, but it sounds like the daughter's baking something. I can hear the mixer going. And my son's been in to inform me of how many push-ups he's done today, and it's like lunchtime and he's done 250 today so far. He's on a new health kick, so that's his latest thing. Alright, so I'm just going to put these photos on. Now this may get a bit boring, so I may stop talking and then fast forward because sometimes it can be boring just watching someone glue things in place. but I sort of worked out where everything's going. Alright, so there you go, that moved. No. I was going to say, so there's my two photos stuck in place, and then one of them tries to escape. Right, stay. Right, so I wanted these I know they're bulrushes, but anyway. So I wanted that down there, and then another one on top. So I'll pull that one down a little bit. We might actually put it there. And hopefully you can see all that. And then this one over the top. That's the plan. See what happens. So I'm hoping at the end of this video you will see how easy base pages are to use. Now this one was themed paper, so I had to be a little bit more specific, I think, in what I used. If it was just like a page that had like just florals or geometrics or something, it's a little bit easier to use as in what you put with it, and I would not have been so worried about the embellishments I chose or the die cuts and things to use with it, because it's more of a general page, can be used for anything. But because these papers are really quite specific, I sort of had to try and keep with the theme as much as I could. I'm just going to line this up a little bit. Here we go. Right, now over here I had the green die cut tag that was left over, and I put on it one of the tabs from the catalogues, and that is going to tuck under there. So now I'm going to switch to liquid glue because it's quicker for the littler bits and pieces. Right, my journaling is going to go down here, so I just want to tuck that in a bit there. Fingers crossed that's straight. Right, on top of there is going to go my leopard with the chopped off tail, because he was on, when I chopped him out of the patterned paper, he was on the edge of the paper, so his tail was chopped off, like it wasn't actually on the paper. So that's why he's tucking in under here. Now I know some people like to have their embellishments facing into the page to draw the page in, draw the eye into the page. I couldn't do that this time, unfortunately, because of the way the figures were on the paper that I had already cut out, and I had no more of this paper, so I couldn't go back and find a tiger that was facing the right way to put here. All the tigers I had were facing to the left, so it's drawing the eye out from the page. But, you know, rules are meant to be broken. Alright, so under here we're going to have some foliage from the meadow dies. Just going to tuck that under there, and then two beside it. And I realised when I was going through the embellishments I picked out for this page, I had a lot more for the tiger page than this one, but I think in the end it will be okay. I'm going to make it work. And like I said before, I'm having a bit of a lazy day and I just couldn't be bothered, really. So I didn't use any of the digital elements because it was just all too hard. I'm just, yeah, I'm not feeling it today, so I'm sure we all get days like that. Alright, so there's our little bunch of foliage. Now I'm going to put this button down here, and then the memorandum here, because this is going to be my journaling section down here. So this was a die cut sticker that the chipboard stuck to the sheet, and I just got the top really thin layer of paper from it. But by the time it's stuck on there, no one is going to know. Just going to draw the eye to my journaling that's down here, but I've got a bit of a extra paper there. And then this, and it's not going to stick for me. Alright, this button, which I'm hoping those two little, it's just a chipboard button, those two little bits want to stay in there. I'm just going to pop that down there to tie all that together. And hopefully it doesn't look like a big P-double-O that the leopard's done. Let's see. Alright, and then the title's going to go up here, but I think I'm going to need a bit of paper, plain paper to put it on. So I'm just going to cut a bit of this cardstock to put up the top there, because I think it's going to get lost by itself. Right, so this is just what I've cut some of the foliage off. So just want a little bit. Tuck up here. And that's possibly going to be too long. Right, now I need a bit of wax paper to put my title on, so I know how long it's going to be. So we'll get the, that didn't work, the longest bit of wax paper that I have in my little stash. Right, I'm going to sit that up there, and then I'm going to put the letters up there. Now I've got 2 packs of these figures. These are really old, and they're coming off the sticky thing because I've had them a long time. Dear Lizzie stickers. Treasure, they're called. Glitter chipboard letter stickers, really old. But I just couldn't be bothered printing and cutting out the digital stickers. Digital alpha, that's what I'm trying to say. So I just went, oh look, it's all too hard today. E. So I found these. I mean, they're not perfect. They're a different colour to what I wanted, but they will still work. And because my brain doesn't want to work today, it's going to be a really simple title. Cheetah. How original is that? And before I stick them down, I had better check that's how you spell cheetah. I'm sure you're all yelling at me going, no, that's not right. Alright, so I'm just going to put cheetah. And then I had another tab over here that I wanted to use up on this here. Oh, that's stuck there, so I guess that's where it's going to go. Oh no, that's crooked as. Oh my lord. That wasn't crooked when I had that on there then. Is that straight? I guess that's straight. No, it's not. That's crooked. Why do things always stick really well when you're trying to line them up, and then when you put them in place sometimes they move? I think that's straight. There we go. I've tore it a little bit. Oh look, it's okay. There we go. And our title there. And then over here, I'm just going to do another little cluster here. This is from a card kit of some sort. I can't remember which one it was. But it's just a bit of a die cut label that I found in my stash. It's in one of those boxes, so I'm just going to pop that there. My little cheetah is going to go on top there. And I'm not going to put him on dimensionals because I've got nothing else on dimensionals, so he's just going to get glued on. So he's just on his little yellow bed. And then I have the same foliage over here. I'm going to pop at the top of this embellishment cluster under the little yellow tag here. I probably put my glue too far up on that tag and that's not going to go under enough. Come on. I'm going to cut some of that off. Too long now. And there we go. And then another little bit. There we go. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that bit is too long. So let's measure this and then cut this to size. And I'm pretty sure this is 6.5 inches. So I'm going to cut that to 6.5 inches. Oh my gosh, you should see my desk. Oh, it's just a mess. I have stuff everywhere and I've just realised my picture went blurry there for a minute. Sorry about that. I'm trying a different way of filming this and I'm actually doing it live to one of my test Facebook groups. So then I can pick up the recording from there so I can see if I'm in frame and all that sort of stuff. But doing it that way, I'm relying on the internet and the rest of the family, not using a lot of it, and that's probably my downfall. Because, you know, my son likes to do his games and stuff. Okay, I think that will be right. Now these have hardly any glue left on them, so I am going to have to add a bit of glue. I might actually put some so they stay on that green cardstock. I'm going to overlap them on the yellow, which will also help keep the yellow cardstock in place. I mean, I put the tape on it, but I haven't glued down the corners or the edges or anything. And I hope this is a cheater, isn't it? Or I'm in trouble if it's not. My goodness. So what I wanted to also do was put up a few polls. So if you go to the, I think it's the community section of my page, there's a community tab, pretty sure that's what it's called. I'm going to put some polls up in there asking people to vote on things. So I've popped one up there, but forgot to let everyone know it was there. And it's asking about the type of videos you like, whether you like ones like this where I, you know, do everything in real time with some things fast forwarded, or whether you like the other type of videos that are, they're called a process video, where you just watch me do stuff fast forwarded with music over the top, occasional instructions and stuff, or whether you like to just sit and, you know, scrap yourself while watching me or listening to me or whatever. Yeah, just have a look at the poll and take a vote. Because I want to try and do things, a variety of things, but I don't want to do things that people are interested in watching, so that's a bit pointless. But yeah, so I put the first poll up. So jump over there and have a vote. Let me know what sort of videos you like, and I haven't centered that heading at all, but anyway. And then I thought I might do a regular poll of if I want to focus on something for a week, like, oh look, that's also crooked. If I want to focus on a type of product for a week, or a technique for a week, or focus on cards for a week, or scrapping for a week, things like that. And I have that C in way wrong place. It's going to have to stay like that. Oh look, now I have a crooked heading. Ah, dearie me. Anyway, it's staying there now. It is what it is. Now the last thing I want to finish off with is, obviously, so my journaling is going down here. I'm not going to put my journaling on now. And there's little flakes of stuff coming off those letters. Yeah. I found some brads. I went through all my brads and I found some brads that are sort of like the right colour. And I had this one down here and then went, oh, that looks like he's pooping, so let's not do that. So I've just got some yellow and the greeny brads. So I've got a button down here. So I thought I could do a button up here. Possibly I could put that tiger up there, but I don't know if I like him there. If I put him there, because then I've got a wider gap over here, don't I? I could put him there. Yeah, that'll work. I could tuck him under the sea a little bit because his tail's chopped off. Now I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I just found some brads that were the same sort of colours that I want. Sorry if you can hear my puppy in the background. I don't know what he's barking at. There can't be anyone out there with him. He's like, I can hear Mummy talking, but I can't see her. Oh, Benji. Just sweet, cute. Alright, so I'm just going to fussy cut him out and then pop him up the top, because otherwise I'd have to sort of put him back in my box of yellow bits and pieces, and I'm not sure I have anything else that I'd want to use this guy on, so see. Alright. Yeah, so take a look at the poll section on the community page. Have a look at the polls that I put up and have a vote. The other thing I thought of too is I've got a list of things that I have, and I got this idea off Janet on RTS, and I've linked her below. Plus, I've linked her on other videos as well. She had this really cool idea where she had a list of all her products. So, like, you've got stamps, dies, pattern paper, brads, mixed media, all sorts of stuff like that. And she would ask Siri, I think it was, to pick a couple of numbers, and then she would make a scrapbook page using those items. I thought that'd be fun as well. So, but I might hand it over to you guys to pick some numbers for me, and then, like, obviously I'd give you the range, and then you tell me your numbers, and then I go through them and I make a project using those products. That'd be really cool. Alright, so I'm going to put the cheetah up there, and I know he's facing the wrong way, but I can't change that. And he's got a chopped off tail, so I really can't put him on the other side. So we'll stick our little cheetah up here. And make sure the tail lines up with the sea, edge of the sea. And we have a little cheetah there going off to stalk someone. That looks really cool. Alright, and now I'm just going to put these brads around. So I think I want, I'm going to put this button up here and then a brad. And then I'm going to put a brad down here. A couple of brads down here. And then a few here, maybe there. I might put the smaller one here. And I need another brad. I want to do them in threes, but I could pull out something else, couldn't I? So I'll glue this button on first, so I don't lose that when I turn the page over. Sorry, I tend to do things close to me so I can see them good, and then realise I'm probably off camera. Alright, so it's got 2 glue dots on it. It's like a full stop now, isn't it? mat. Okay, one brad can go there. And then that one I'm not sure I'm using. One there and one there. That's those two. And then two down here. We'll go one there and one there. Alright, so let's do these two first. And then I think I'll be finished. I'll come back with the toga page quicker than I think actually, because now I'm actually getting scrapping. I'm enjoying it a bit more. I just need it to get into the groove, I think. No, come on. And I've found that with my brads, I'm now, when I'm storing them all, I'm laying the brads flat. Because, oh, that's too close, because I am sick of getting the brad prongs up my fingernails. And you're probably all screaming at me, or saying, not screaming, but saying, oh look, I've done that for years. Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes I'm a bit slow on these things. These two. So I'll come back soon with a video of using some little base pages that are more of a generic pattern. These two are very specific, animal related, animal themed. So probably a bad choice to start with, to show you how to use the base pages. But it also depends how you normally scrap. Are you a person that themes everything, or do you go mood and feel or colour? So it really depends on how you like to scrap. I do a variety. I don't stick with the one thing normally. That one's too close. I change my scrapping style and my project style with my mood, really. So okay, one more. Where was the one I was doing up here? Did I just use it? Which one was it? Was it this one? I think it was that one. Or was it that one? No, I think it was this one. Okay, last brad going in. Alright, I think we are done. Here we go. That's our cheetah page. Actually, could I put that one up there? Is that too much? Maybe. I feel like I need to add something to these two. Hang on a minute. Oh, I keep moving my table. Jeez. What's going on? Alright. Let me see if I can find an embellishment of some sort really quickly without knocking my keyboard. What have we got? what embellishments I could put on here, because I wanted to sort of keep with the theme. But if it was just a general page of a floral paper or a geographical paper like a stripe or something, then it's a bit easier. You're not limited at all to a theme. So I hope this helps you create some base pages and use them. Thanks for watching. If you've liked what I've done, hit the like, subscribe, and the notify button so that you get notified when I put my next video out. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye bye.